Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Arkansas RC newbie, and on today's episode we're going to be talking about my desert lizards having some problems with some sticktion. They're getting stuck on me, and I think I know the issue, so that's what we're going to be trying to tackle today and trying to fix the problem. Alright, so I want you guys to go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the RGT, shall we? Okay, now before we break into the RGT's desert lizards and my issue, well, trying to fix the problem, I'm going to show you what the desert lizards come with. It comes with a bunch of these. Now, we've done a video on these in the past when I was kind of learning how to set this RGT up for crawling. And these little discs here, some of them have 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, and 4 hole, okay? Now, one thing I've done with the RGT is I put the 4 holes in the desert lizards. And the problem with that is the holes were too small and I wasn't getting that droop, especially when I was crawling. Like you can see here, it's locked up. So nothing was really moving and I was like, what in the world's going on? So with my spring setup, I went ahead and drilled out the holes just to get a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more flow through on my oil. But you can see it's just completely locked up and I have to almost break these things loose. I think the issue here is, see, if I do that, now we've got some droop, but you can see over here on the passenger side it's still locked. So once I unlock that, now we've got some movement up here. Now I think that the little disc here is starting to kind of get caught up on the top part of the shock, and I don't think it's meant to go as deep as it is, so that's what's causing the RGT to lock up, or the desert lizards to lock up. You can see with the rear too, until I do this, now we've got a little bit of movement. Now, I understand one thing with some of the guys in the comments. They were saying that my shocks aren't necessarily set up the best for the mounting because these shocks are going backwards. I'm guessing they should be going forward. A lot of you guys have been helping me out with that. And the mounting, if you can see here on the RGT for the body mounts, there's just no way for me to knock that shock any more forward. So if you guys have any recommendations as far as some type of body mounts I can get for this thing, to kind of help me out with some more, I don't know, get a little bit more flex in there, let me know, because right now it's almost fighting itself on the suspension. But let's go ahead and break one of these down, one of the desert lizards, and let's see if we can maybe fix that problem. I'm thinking about adding some O-rings maybe to the little stanchion down here. I'm not sure, but let's get into this part. Alright guys, so here is the little bore I was talking about. Well, here's the bore over here, but here's the little disc, and the flow through is great. And this is my spring setup. I'm not running any other spring on this. And again, if you guys haven't watched that desert lizard video, you guys can go check that out. But if you see here, I still have a little bit of that, I call it a stanchion piston part of the shock that's still sticking out. So I'm thinking about doing to fix the issue here is we've got some O-rings, and I don't know if this will work, but I'm thinking about getting one of these O-rings. And I'm thinking about mounting it on the other side of this little eyelet right here in between the shock. So that way this thing doesn't go to full stretch on me and lock up, because like I said, I think this is starting to impede with the inside of the bore here. So let's go ahead and take this little eyelet off. I'm going to put that back in the shock. We'll take this little eyelet off. We'll add, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 of the O-rings there, because I think it comes with 4, and we'll see if that fixes the issue. Damn. Alright, so it looks like I cannot spin that off. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this sucker back apart. Alright, so we got the shaft out now, and I'm thinking I don't want to have to go through basically tearing that apart again. And here's these little O-rings. I'm going to put this O-ring in here, and I think I'm going to do 2 of them. Now I know that's going to mess up the whole center of gravity. It's going to probably raise my rig up a little bit, and I don't have a lot of options when it comes to the shock mounting area. But I think that's definitely going to help in just keeping these things broken loose a little bit. One might do it, but I don't want to take that chance and have to take it apart. So let's build that back up. Put that guy back in there. Alright, so that's it. You can see those little spacers there. Let's put it back in the shock, and I'm thinking it's definitely going to keep that. You can see there, it'll definitely keep that little disc there from going all the way in the shaft and impeding on the inside, because I think they kind of get tapered down a little bit down here because they're not used to that disc being in there. So I probably could have gotten that little disc or a little plunger, whatever you want to call it. I probably could have gotten that and sanded it down a little bit, but I don't want to affect the shock movement around it, because I think they kind of defeat the purpose. That's it. Alright guys, let's go and get the other one swapped out and let's see if this front end locks up on us. Alright guys, well that was the fix, I hope, on the Desert Lizards. You can kind of see there. Now let's look at the amount of droop that we've got. Still not drooping the most what I would kind of like it to be. I'm thinking maybe I can cut those shocks a little bit, or cut the those little coil springs in there. But the good thing is when I slam it down and I press it down like this, like I could before, it's not locking up now. So that's some good news. I think we finally got the issue fixed here. And again, if you guys have any recommendations or any links or anything like that for the rear shock, maybe some kind of mount or something I can add on there to get the shocks in the right position for the rear, let me know, because I know they're not supposed to be facing forward like
links
that.
Links are hard because sometimes they don't work when you put them up. So.
But guys, appreciate you watching another Arkansas RC Newbie episode. Again, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you on the next episode.